real good. Young boy about to take a trip to Zales, that's trail. Never ever thought that I would settle down. Every other city I was running around, shutting down stages, places and states with amazing ladies. But after all that, I found my favorite, white boy with the black gauges. Growing up, I didn't have belt-side laces. Mama working overnight, never did the day shift. Bad life, now I live the rap life. How the heck you made it? Scratching on their head like they had lice. Now I gotta catch the last flight, cause I got church in the AM. Preach, call me Uncle Drew, they don't know who they playing with. But there's levels to this weird, levels to this beard. Rappers, I grew up on 9 levels with my peers. I'm down at the Pears, pants here to Ahi. Coogi sweater hills knitted by the Aussies. But that's right, my life sorta like a Coogi sweater. That's right, my life like a Coogi sweater. That's right, my life sorta like a Coogi sweater. That's right, my life like a Coogi sweater.
For my cousin Pop Lock with an eldest, yo song. Singing from the yard cause it's so strong. Street life met me at like 16. Lil just stunting on them bikes, having big dreams. 18 painting pictures like 16. 99 had the double then big screen. 4 2 years wrapped my Honda around a big tree. 2005 signed a Sony rockin' Miss Scheme. At time flies, seen them throw it at me. I'm a G, dead mind with the Lord beside me. The whole time I was dead, man, here to try me. Respect goes a long way, I noticed that action. And now back to the streets, they still playing keeps. Y'all still staying asleep, and the enemies out here devouring the weak. And you worry about your petty little salary this week. You see, it got you thinking about the wrong thing. Promoting real heavy like Don King. And this is that flow y'all been waiting for. So listen to the words that the song sings.
That's right, my life sorta like a Coogi sweater. That's right, my life like a Coogi sweater. That's right, my life sorta like a Coogi sweater. That's right, my life like a Coogi sweater.
Hey yo, catch me in Washington Heights. Not
You're
speaking English.
in the mix with DJ T-Walk.
Alright, back in the mix, it's your boy JT Walk, man. Before we get started, I want y'all going to introduce yourself, man.
Yo, what's up, man? It's Erick Dayz. Good to meet y'all again on the T-Walk show.
And this is Javon, Javon Leggins. I'm happy to be here, man. My first time on, man, so really do appreciate the opportunity, dude. Alright, and Javon is a rookie at doing radio shows, you know what I'm saying? He's a backside guy, you know what I'm saying? He also shows, does some other stuff. We not here to talk about that, we're talking about straight sports. Talking about the NBA finals, and let's start off, you know what we want to do? We're going to do kick until we get done with the segment, you know what I'm saying? So, let's start like this. How do you think the Thunder lost? You want to go ahead and take that one now?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take it first. I know we share a lot of the same ideas, but I would definitely say it wouldn't have went down 0-2 had Ibaka been in the game. They had no paint presence. Perkins is just a body defender, can't jump, can't leap, and you got Collison and the young Steven Adams who couldn't really compensate for that. So Ibaka brings something different to the game that they don't have that third player or that third piece that can do it. And even though people kind of blamed OKC for letting James Harden go his way, which I thought it was a brilliant decision to go ahead and pick Ibaka over Harden, because you already have two prolific scorers, probably two of the most prolific scorers in our game today, probably two of the top 5 players. So, you know, I can let go of a guy who, yeah, he can play his behind off, but doesn't play a lick of defense, and didn't show up at all in the 2012 finals. And you're talking about a third guy, had he shown up just a little bit or halfway decent, you know, the Heat would have won 1 championship so far, not 2, and we wouldn't be talking about a 3-3. So I think that's what happened with the last series. No Ibaka. By the time Ibaka came back, you know, of course he wasn't 100% fully recovered. Not just that, but coaching. I've been talking about coaching for the longest time, and people can go ahead and get that whole, you know, Kevin Durant is too shy, he's not an assassin, or Westbrook is too erratic, he's taking more shots than KD and this, that, and the third. It's coaching. At the end of the day, it comes down to the Scott Brooks. You know, if you're running a team and an organization, you're able to make those players coexist, and you're able to run a decent offense. It's been documented, like, that offense is terrible. It's just, you know, your turn, my turn, and it doesn't work that way against a methodical team like the Spurs. So it just wasn't working for them.
So are you calling Scott Brooks in the terms of defense, he was a bummy, chummy coach who can't get it done?
Yeah, he. Go ahead.
Well, you know what, Ian, I wanted you to go ahead and take this question first, because I knew that my answer would come off emotional, you know, and I knew, you know, here's the thing, man, and we go back and forth on this all the time. I think part of the reason that led to me to be invited to do this particular opportunity is because he saw all my emotional tweets during these Sunday games.
You seen my tweets?
So I agree with everything Erick said, you know, and to give credit to San Antonio. I mean, they're a class team. You know, I think the better team won that particular series, even though I am an Oklahoma City fan. So I think those losses hard, but to echo Erick's points, man, I think the majority of it starts with the coaching piece from OKC, man, and I think to answer your question, the same way where, you know, the Chicago Bulls had Doug Collins for a while, then eventually needed to upgrade up to Phil Jackson to get over the hump. I think we may be looking at something similar to that with the OKC Thunder, where, you know, you got Scott Brooks. I think he's developed some talent there, but I think they kind of hit a ceiling with where he can take them, because honestly, they have no system. It's really just roll the ball out, and my guys are better than yours, and you can't beat the best teams in the league like that. So that's really my whole opinion on it, man.
Okay, so we got my unbiased opinion on the Thunder. In all honest premise, I was rooting for the Thunder because I want to see my Heat destroy the Thunder. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. and that very well might have happened too. So that might have happened.
I'm not gonna give them that much credit though. You know what? I feel you though. But the Heat have been off for the last month, so I got.
But in lieu of Oklahoma City losing, I do agree with y'all that your coaching played a part in them losing. I do think that nowadays you might have to have a third option in scoring. I did say on Twitter that there was a reason James Harden was a six-man because the two don't play no defense, and it showed he had to play against the starters how his defense lacked because he was playing against where he was coming off the bench. So all those points that they had a Blanca, a healthy Blanca would make a big difference rather than a hurt Blanca. I don't think he was truly 100%.
Right.
About 80%, which hurt him a lot because you know he really developed a shooter, man. I was calling him the couple at the beginning of the year, but he really turned into Sergeant Buckle because the couple couldn't shoot out of QPD.
Right. That's true. Moving
on from the Western Conference semifinals or finals or whatever you want to call it, for you know, Heat, right here, right now. What do you think of Lance Stevenson's action versus LeBron? Do you think it hyped him up, or do you think it just was like, man, I'm going to show you this?
And Erick, I'll start with this one just by, you know, I want everybody to notice one thing. When he walks off the Heat, he starts off by saying my Heat. So I know when I answer these questions, I have to tread softly with how I say it. So, I mean, to answer your question about Lance Stevenson, man, Lance is a character. You know what I mean? I think he's totally, you know, I think Lance hits a bad rap because, in my opinion, Lance is one of the only cats on that team outside of David West who plays with some heart. And I think, and this is probably as close as you'll get to me paying LeBron James a compliment, I don't necessarily think that LeBron needs somebody to hype him up. Or, like, LeBron's going to do LeBron, I think, no matter what happens. And if you're as good as LeBron is, I don't think Lance do much more to hype up LeBron for a good game. If anything, I think those things are supposed to hype up his team, and it didn't work out that way because, in my opinion, I think a lot of the Indiana dudes lack a little bit of heart, or there's something missing there. It didn't work out that way, and instead of coming to back their boys, they really backed off of Miami Heat and honestly just let, LeBron and G-Wade and Bosh, I mean, the whole team killed them and not just LeBron. I mean, G-Wade did just as much damage as anybody else there, and, nobody was blowing in his ear.
Yeah, I think Paul George kind of talked out on the whole deal, man. He kind of threw him under the bus. So how do you talk at the squad and say, maybe you should say that about LeBron? When we in the middle of the game, man, you can't say that.
Man, I just think he thrown way under the bus, like all the way under the bus. And I think
ran over
the problem, he put it in reverse, backed up like a whole mile, and then just came full speed and ran over him again. Like, I personally think that, with social media and everything that goes on, the way, we live in a media-driven society now where, Lance, I love Lance Stevenson, even though sometimes he does take things that's like, all right, bro, like, that was kind of childish, but I can never be mad at it because I love the theatrics and I love that element of the game, where you feel like you're watching, Oakley and you watching Dennis Rodman and the guys in the 90s in people's face. You feel like you're watching, the bad boy Pistons, even though I wasn't around for that era, but just me being, such a big fan, I've seen some of those clips, and Lance just takes me back to that time, and I feel like, everybody's so quick to judge, and LeBron is like that's the golden boy, and how dare you blow in the golden boy's face and try to get a reaction.
You can't blow in another man's ear during the game, man.
No, you're right. Here's the thing. Here's what I say. I don't co-sign that, but you do what you got to do to win the game. My team is not backing me up. You know what I'm saying? I'm running out of ideas. I got to find a way to throw LeBron off his game. And within that game, he did throw him off.
He won that game, though.
Exactly. Couldn't get off. Well, your boy LeBron scored 7 points, and I think all of the attention that was directed towards Lance just took the attention off of who it should have been on, which was Paul George. When it came time to deliver, Paul George did not deliver. He folded, and that same guy who did not deliver threw his teammate under the bus. The one guy who played with heart, the one guy you can depend on and say, hey, that's my teammate. He didn't own up to his own faults and say, hey, I didn't show up. I didn't meet expectations that I put on myself. But instead, I'm going to throw this guy under the bus and say, well, I don't know if I want him as a teammate or whatever it was that he said. Yeah. I mean, I just think it's foul, regardless of what all the antics are. Certain players like Lance, you just let them be who they are. Like certain teams that come with the territory, once you start trying to limit certain guys like the Dennises of the world, and even the Steve Smiths of the world, and nobody can tame that type of guy. And I'm talking about that was with the Panthers, but those type of guys, you just let them be because they play with that certain edge, and it can only benefit your team. Like those are one of those guys that you love if he's on your team, and you're just gonna hate him if he's not. So I love Lance Stevenson as a player, but this whole thing was more about Paul George than anything else, and I feel like he's not getting enough blame. He's not getting enough negative energy directed towards him for what went down. I think they all fell off and didn't come through, but this is more about Paul George than anything else.
In that series, I think Indiana in the first half of the season, honestly, in my opinion, staged home court in the first half of the season. I don't know if any great team that has done that, just dominated from outside of the Bulls, who dominated from start to finish. But they still faced, but I think you're right. Paul George really didn't show up under the 3 series, you know what I'm saying? And if you're going to throw your boy under the bus, all the way under the bus, you end up saying, you know what, I'm going to pick up LeBron. get you pick up weight, so that way I take the black off you because I'm supposed to be the enemy. I'm the team leader.